and let the stress begin. Also for future reference, do I recommend kicking a basket on D-Desk? Ow! The stream's offline, is it? That's an interesting story.
When I hand this work over
I'd
to the
love some
Elamites,
evidence to back that up.
I'll have to rephrase the request.
Must be distributed appropriately.
Just gonna... Oh, no, it's still offline. Yeah, I wouldn't have known. I mean, the bit rate's still awful.
Is there a new request from the Academia?
When I hand this work over to the Elamites, I'll have to rephrase the request.
Must be distributed appropriately.
So that says I'm live. This is not so much that, just... Oh, no, it does think I'm live. Okay. It's fine. Oh, how behind is it? Oh no. It's okay.
Is there a new request from the Academia?
That is far behind. Let's give it a minute.
The Elamites, I'll have to rephrase the request.
Military supplies for the Elamites must
Maybe
be distributed appropriately.
longer considering it's still buffering. You know, I've seen what I needed to see. That'll do. That's the notices. That's not what I was going for. Daily quests. Why do I? If I clicked on I clicked on notices, didn't I? Might be here a little bit. I failed to load. Good. Yeah, probably end up doing the story quest today since... Actually no, I'll do some of the event, because I think there is still some stuff in that I need to do. I don't remember what... Was it a fighting... I don't remember. I'm going to have to look. Once this eventually decides to load. Dramatic pause. There we go. That thing. Oh, why is there a dog on it? Oh, there's a dog. Why is there a dog? Yeah, I mean, that's not happening. I think it would have been possible or something like that, but I was just like, cannot be bothered to do that. Plus, you get the Primo gems it already anyway, so... Once I got the Primos, why do anything else? I mean, I can't see what this is all about. Oh, it's the food one. So lots of meat and spices. Got it. Where is the cooking? I'd always forget where this is. Oh, it's there. Still haven't added a search function to this. It's also because I don't know what the actual rating of more meat is. I want to say 3-star, but that could be wrong. Do I actually have the ingredients for it? Am I allowed to try to go to sleep? Let's just do that. Right, okay, I have the ingredients for it, I just need to find it. Right now, close look at each and every single... It's right there. No, I'll make 2. I spent that long looking for it. Alright, I literally have... Okay, it's only one of the others, but still. Right, next quest. We'll do that one.
It's my lucky day. Say no more.
I'm sure that's fine.
How's this? Fairy. Finally.
Let's knock you out away from a note. There you go. Oh.
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now. Let's dance.
Heck, this video. Don't have to use Yeon for it. Well, that's not meant to happen.
One strike will suffice.
No.
Busted.
I mean, that is a disadvantage of using bow character. Kind of have to actually be able to aim. Yeah, we're just gonna move on from that. No one has to know. It's a fun bit rate number, that. Just jumps absolutely everywhere. It's one of them.
Quietly. Things are
So,
about to
I
get
do this.
I'll protect us.
This was wonderful. I'll buy them all. My buff ran out.
Busted. Let's dance.
If healing. Right, there's still 3 more.
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now. Take it easy.
That's simple enough.
Don't know.
Do you need that? last one. Oh, it's also enemies. And they're in the middle of the water. Just what I wanted. I could probably swim that. Oh, is it just not a flat bit?
It's raining again? Oh, this isn't good. If the rain washes
Wait,
away the
what
traces,
is that?
it's gonna set us back a long way.
I guess that's where I left that last.
What's one
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Yeah. Why was that one he's in the last?
Add ast. Thank you for. Add ast.
Wait, they do the same. Oh, they do. Not where I wanted to put that. Right. Yep, that needs to be done. Oh, right, I can also make the. What do you call them? The things that I don't remember the name of currently. Finders. We're gonna call them that for now because I don't. Yeah. Event. That's Battle Pass again. That one. And the. No, not that. That. Oh, I forgot about this. Wait, is that? That seems good enough. Yeah, Elon definitely. Zhao, sure. Maybe Duke and. No, we'll go Geo, why not?
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Are they all five?
Attaboy!
Who wants some of this?
Hydro resist increased. Oh. That does damage to me. Good to know.
Evil conquering! Here! Worthless! Worthless!
I'm surprised we're giving it the boost.
Verdict is...
Anima resist increased. Oh no.
Busted.
Well, that's cheating.
Take it easy. Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Throwing different numbers.
Busted.
Oni coming through!
Okay. Sure. Oh, hold on, I've got a phone call to take. Just a moment.
Those two kids sure can run. Those two kids sure can run. Those two kids sure can run.
Right, I'm back. I wasn't necessarily going to do the next one after that, but considering I can get away with doing that, I don't see reason not to. Right, that's the one. Oh, why did I think this was a good idea? Hate these things. Right, well let's go. Hopefully not die.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
For retribution!
Different character than what I was expecting. But I've committed now.
Let's roll!
Quietly now.
It's showtime!
This seems
Attaboy!
fine.
Okay, that one hurt. Let's roll! Verdict is...
Maybe I don't really do the yeah, that's a thing.
Attaboy!
I don't know why it's difficult. I guess I've got anything characters for them. Well, I'm trying not really using the actions. That's probably fine.
Useless. Lament.
Here! Here! Worthless! Here! Let's roll! Who wants some of this?
Although that key opening ability is definitely worth it.
Attaboy! You want some of this?
Useless.
No,
Time for retribution!
back to this. Yeah, this is really an opportune time to need to sneeze. Good. Listen to me for once and didn't do it.
Useless. Gotcha.
Disappear! Here! Worthless! Here!
Pick the radio quickly in front of them reviving. What do you mean? Oh, this is not click over.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
And it goes to half health. That's awful.
Burn! There!
Useless. Busted.
Oni coming
Nice.
through!
Something now.
Let's roll!
Almost the same health. Another spike below.
Useless.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over.
Get out of evil conquering. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
This is an idea.
Here.
It worked. Strange they usually don't. Wow, the bit rate is still horrible. If anything, it's gotten worse. Well, no, it's still doing its go back and forth. It averages out to a horrible bit rate, I might add. I'm kind of curious what it looks like there. Well, that is if it would load. Which for me seems to be quite a big if. Rough from that. Right, so that's that done. Wait, did I do test runs? Yes. Now who's to do? I'll do Pisces, why not? Good way to learn patience, this. Well, how much patience you don't have, at least.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on?
Paimon, you're interrupting our having conversation.
And Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Have you seen this
Well,
place?
My dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there?
Owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy.
When we
The
got
name
to the
is
city
something.
gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Please don't promise this to a child, Paimon.
Changsheng can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Is that an insult?
Who's talking about me behind my
Well.
back?
Changsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Uncle?
Uncle Baiju.
Sheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition, as much as you can recall?
Yes, Uncle. Dr. Baiju.
I explains his father's health
I see.
situation to
And your
Baizu.
family lives near Qingse village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baiju?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Do we get the backstory for this?
We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
We got this.
Chi-Chi
It's
and I
fine.
need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
I'm not going to try and pronounce what that chapter is. To ask Merlith guards outside the harbour. Now, is there by chance any sort of chest underneath the bridge I haven't gotten? Although I would have thought I've gotten all these by now. But you never know. That wasn't what I meant to do. Oh, there's no chest. So that clears up that.
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baiju. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As
I mean,
for
it's
updates,
just the two of you?
I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
Got it.
Will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
Very understanding child. Sure. The amount of times I can be bothered to walk only goes so far.
Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Is that him there?
There's somebody over there. Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
In his own world.
Watch where you're going!
Oh.
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable.
I mean...
Are you alright?
Yeah, that's fair.
Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hotel! My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and... my worst nightmare.
Wow.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who.
Is that because he saves people?
Dad, are you okay?
I mean, I guess doctors are bad for business.
It's
even
me,
funeral
Ayu.
parlour.
You're... Are you? Who am I?
Your
A man
name
about
is
to walk off the edge of
Liang,
a cliff.
and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hotel. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time. Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you? Huh? Why not? What's the problem? Come on, Baiju. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs?
What signs?
Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
What?
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in Jia Liang's system.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences
How and what
will be
and why?
unthinkable. Paimon, sorry, what?
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me?
You glossed over the god remains bit.
It was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my
I kinda love this against
into
the
this. Baiju,
pharmacy and funeral parlour.
just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
Hey, we're still here.
Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jia Liang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course. You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
It must be cool to have a talking snake. Like, could you imagine? Returns back to the room at Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Blockages within the cardiovascular system. Reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baiju, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry.
Well, considering what you said about the god meat thing.
Doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baiju?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed.
Is it grim?
No. I have a treatment
Oh.
plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow
bit
morning.
soon.
I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baiju. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must
Do
be
I
able
want
to
to know what's
focus
gonna happen?
when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
Right.
See you tomorrow, Baiju and
Odd
Jolly.
relationship between those two.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baiju?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Hmm.
All's well that ends well, huh?
Paimon, don't say that.
Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baiju mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like?
What, master
Yeah.
person?
You must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baiju's busy treating Ayu's dad.
I doubt very much. Ask around for information. Well.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today?
I'd like to get a coffin sized up. Preferably about Paimon sized.
Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baiju's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baiju could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
Yeah.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baiju learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy
Right.
director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that!
And they went
Huh.
to be adopted. Fair
so
enough.
If he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baiju's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead.
Well, it is a little less
My grandpa
morbid.
had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But Why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng funeral parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say.
Now why would you be obsessed with that?
Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye
That
on
may
the
explain
situation.
Chi-Chi a bit.
Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers.
8 to 10. Around about there. And see the mark as the recovery.
Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jia Liang is doing.
Dad!
Oh, are you?
Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, are you? I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baishu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baishu.
Child be sorting out his own parents.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baishu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
A couple.
Seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
Why does it feel like a bit of a family feud? I wonder what that will be.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Qiangsheng and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now.
I like the snake.
But in any case, Why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
It's me.
Why did you follow us here?
Little well looking.
It's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just
Convincing.
say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baiju did not cure Jialiang's illness. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
Poison.
Baiju, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient.
Now who would use that?
The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baiju's strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect
Strange choice
of
for a
Eevee
necklace,
Adepti
that's
back
rude.
in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
It's looking even worse now.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Probably worse than that.
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Let us help with this one at least.
Don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
So what are the steps?
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it.
I mean, they might know what the house is.
Yes. I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Qiqi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple Jiang Li.
Go to the west of Kinsey village. Wow, that is secluded. Is there a mountain in front of that? There is. They really don't want people seeing them. I don't know if I've actually been to this house.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa Village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
You don't say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiangli? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang.
Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Guess they weren't
Jiangli
close.
did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened?
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
That's a bit dodgy.
So that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions, You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the?
Well, you definitely do, someone.
Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now, Jiangli has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up.
I don't know why I read that.
If anyone finds anything,
might find a shed.
we'll examine it together.
It's a wooden pillar. What? The sooner they can leave. It would. Oh. Well, that's probably fine. And strange... Wait, diary with childish handwriting. When I tried to take a look, it was a bit wobbly. Oh, that's forgetting things again. That's right, it all down for now. Read it back when he feels better.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
So I guess that's why he kept the diary.
What is this?
Ooh, can I drink it?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
Pepper stuff.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains.
Is it breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in The Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances.
You lost
If it's
me.
a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
Interesting.
Call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading!
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
So if you get rid of that, does the poison go away?
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jialiang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden?
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house.
Well, I mean...
Jialiang? Why would he poison himself?
Paimon...
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs.
Huh? So you're saying... it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either! Why would she poison her own husband?
Money?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does
Or an
not
accident.
strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery.
Like, how do you neutralize
Yes.
it?
According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jialiang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
I've only heard rumors.
Even the history
Definitely.
books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her
happened?
memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
Actually, there's some quite good health
Stronger and
benefits.
healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baiju, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
A few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say?
I mean, he has a point.
Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
No. Shh, don't think too much into it.
Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baiju, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck!
Oh, I see, because
This
snake.
is exactly why
Yeah,
your natural
get it.
temperament
makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
Well, I know a few.
How antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, Traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
Will do. No idea who we're talking about. Oh.
You called?
Are you a ghost? What?
Ugh, gets Paimon every time. Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baiju of Bubu Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Well,
Our paths have crossed once before.
do you just like materializing? Is that?
I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
Well, I want to ask about dead gods. You told you about everything that has happened.
So someone has been concocting demonic poison.
Yeah, something like that.
Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Qingce village.
Why?
A vile monster known as the Che once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis. The land
That's how
was
you get
finally
places
cleansed of
haunted.
poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Qingce village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Che is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak.
We just get a bum.
I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
Thank you, I guess.
Nothing. I do not wish
What
to
do you
sway
not wish to
decisions
say?
that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
Interesting.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master! Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened?
How are you
Don't
still
panic.
alive?
Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Someone's pulling some strings. AKA the missing person. I don't know why we're going back. We're just going to run into something we really don't want to run into. Which run into a tree a few times for a sec. Yep, that made sense. Barely. Okay. Hey, I need help. Johnny outside the pharmacy. Okay. Try again. This time not Johnny outside the pharmacy. It is a hazard they need to consider, you know.
Dad! What's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr.
Pain.
Baishu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Do you really want to do that?
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baishu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he?
Well, what do you think, Paimon?
Oh, please don't worry. Dr. Baishu will find a way.
But...
Poor kid. Wait till he finds out what his mum's doing.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baishu?
Uh-oh.
I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Resting's one way to put it.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baishu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler?
That's if you see him.
Baishu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again. Do you think he...
Yeah, let's go check.
Huh? Hey, wait up!
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something.
A near-death experience?
Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baishu's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Well, you're not dead at least. was about to call Hu Tao.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baizu! Changsheng!
We're all right.
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition.
What?
Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs.
So he was poisoned to
Though
help
it was
him.
created from God remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he
How's that
not
supposed to
taken it
work?
all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution.
I've noticed.
As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiang Li has exposed herself to them.
Maybe one too many.
I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiang Li has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Fate?
Well, I think that
What?
it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingce village and find out where Jiang Li is. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baiju, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiang Li's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
You're really not in the condition, mate.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, Your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
Got another one tagging along. Oh, look at Chi-Chi.
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baiju, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
What is he trying to make? Okay, before I go do that, I'm gonna have a quick break so I can go grab a drink. So back in a few. Alright, back. So, off to the village we go. I'm going back to the house. But they have like a little secret passage or something. That could have gone worse. There we go.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
Good, use it.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it.
Oh, good, then we have you here. Just don't collapse and die while we're on the way.
I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way.
I did not tell me I have to wait for you to get over here.
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
And we're still ignoring the fact they have a child, you know? That is the Genshin way. Every child has a tragic backstory. Entanglement of past dreams.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
Loot,
The digging
I
marks
hope.
here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
You don't want to know.
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to... curses! Why can't I remember what she said?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Funny how he forgets the thing that probably caused to happen to him. Oh, we get a trial character. Okay, it's about a melee catalyst again.
The doctor will see you.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Let's dance.
always seems like the characters have cane.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
Yeah, that's probably not for what you think it is.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiang Li. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiang Li to give me the poison. I'm fine.
He might live.
Let's keep going. I can feel it.
Actually, wait. These
is
story
right below
quests
us,
rather than tragedy
waiting
don't
for me.
they? Doesn't bode well.
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The
This
place where we
door.
made a pact together to...
Is he alright? I mean, obviously not, but... What an odd way to open a door.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Right, but, I guess I need it in the corner first. Though I am curious. It does not seem to interact with that. Oh, wonderful. What's this do?
Remember, health comes first.
The doctor was seeing.
I'm genuinely not sure. I'm thinking about it.
Take it easy.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Yep. Okay, these things.
Seems like an emergency.
The doctor was seeing.
Here comes the catch.
This has got
Bitter
some
pill
decent
to
combo.
swallow.
It's constant danger and a bit of water. One more to Oh, the other one died and this one's still full of health.
Mind the side effects.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Let's
Dance! Busted.
Right, well then, what's in the chest? A couple of things. Does not let me pass that? What? Shiny button, and I guess a pillar I need to push. Oh, there's another door that way. I doubt there'd be that much behind it, but... No, well, it's just in it. Also, like, having, like... Baichu? I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but having his idol as being just coughing is a bit concerning. Wait, how on earth did she ever get out of here? Ew. That might explain why she's not come back.
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
You don't say.
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back. Mind the side effects.
The doctor was...
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Using cheating. I'm not cheating. Then drunk.
Seems like an emergency.
Looks so bad.
This is not...
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then...
It becomes Sleeping Beauty.
For? Let's destroy the remains right away!
That doesn't seem simple.
It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baiju said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! Baiju, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art.
No.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware of the dangers of God remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see Ayu grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiang Li back, then even if I die...
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baiju, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment, that's all.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang. Baiju, Changsheng. Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
So what was the thing you got?
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiang Li would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiang Li! What's the point of it all?
Well, we have to honor the
I've
decision.
seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch Ayu grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have.